Hello, good Shabbat.
Well,
The announcements at the end.
it should be, I have to put them back in the right place. Pictures.
But it's beautiful. I wish we had pictures. It's almost like I wish we had pictures tonight if we would miss them tomorrow. Yes. A lot of pictures. It's adorable.
You need that. So now you said, now what do I do? Oh, so wait, so now what do I do?
Oh, whoops, maybe.
I would not read everything. Seriously,
Yes. Yes.
get the real highlights.
No,
So you got your bulletin today, look over it over there, you know. I mean, this, it's short. I mean, certainly there's perfection. Yeah, and in particular our Saturday, the night, you know. Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know none of this. Just walk on.
Good.
Well, we can do it later. I mean, she can show you how to do it. I'm sure.
Yeah.
My son.
That's right. And then,
In, out, in, out. Every time the door opens.
that's a different, that's a separate. That's Chabad. That's Chabad, this is not that. This is a new one.
Last
Chabad
night.
things on Sunday. I guess, I never got any information. I never sent it.
Going in and out.
So, assuming it's
I
going
get
on,
a
but, you know.
notification when I turn on my
There'll
oven.
be another, hey. We're gonna get started in just a couple minutes. I don't know what the brand is that. Yeah, I saw that. Next to me. I mean, you know, worst comes to worst, we look at it. Isn't it? Right. It's all in. Yeah. So we have somebody who's up, you say, hey, by the way.
So, but she could do Hebrew and then English, is that what
You
it
can either do this one
Yeah,
or the dress
she's
this
wearing
one.
it. It's in one of those.
This is a prettier one, but if she wants to do the Hebrew.
Gracie, you can come
Yeah,
too.
then that's fine.
Yeah, she's got another dog.
Oh, he's in jail.
I'm Richard Zander. I'm very
Ah, it's nice to meet you.
congratulations.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
All right, we're gonna get going in a minute. I don't know where our guy is. It's, boys, hey boys, boys, hey boy. I think we need him.
Oh, and then we said over here or there?
Wherever you want, for tomorrow. He's gonna be here with me at the beginning, and then he'll be, you know, mostly over here. First or second row probably is a good place.
Okay.
You can do first row too if you want, but it's hard to see.
Yeah,
I would probably sit on this side so you can see across better.
okay. So tomorrow we'll sit like where they are
Yeah,
perfect.
yeah, I would. I mean, I think that either way. I mean, if you want to be close, you can see how it goes tonight. I'm actually going to come down because we're not going to have that many people tonight, so I'm actually going to sit. There he is. Your
I'm right here.
keep on. We're rocking and rolling today. All right, I'm not gonna need you for the first part, unless you wanna help Michelle on the left side. Okay, then I'm gonna need you for the second part. No,
That's on.
Yeah, because we're usually pretty small. So it's more homey. I don't have to like look down at everybody. We'll have a few people moseying in, I guess. Yeah, I'm going to be confused. I'm sorry. Sit there. I don't think I've ever seen you on this side. Ever. It's pretty funny. I do need a challenge, but you need a new perspective. Does that work? Yeah, don't do that. That's not good. No, don't do that. All right. I think you're okay. So I know what you watch on TV now. We're going to get going this evening. It is. I'm used to saying on Shabbat morning it's a bright and sunny morning. It is a very dark evening tonight, but it is bright inside, is it not? Are you like getting a little excited? No. Yes, you are.
Well, we're excited for you.
There you go. I knew Tom would rescue the day. That's exactly right. We are excited for Ethan for sure. And this is always a special Shabbat in the life of our community. We don't have that many bar bat mitzvah celebrations on a weekly basis like some communities do. You know, in San Diego, you probably go to any synagogue and there's a zillion things going on at any one time. Here, so it's not quite that way, and in the community in general, but here in particular. And so any opportunity to celebrate a young person becoming a bar or a bat mitzvah is an exciting time for us. So we welcome your family, and happy that your family and friends are here. Logan, we're going to have you helping out in a little bit. Yeah, you need one anyway. You're in the sanctuary, so get one on. And because we'll probably need you at the end. So don't worry, my guys walk in and forget it too all the time. So where is it? I'm sure it happens. Yes, that's their excuse too usually. In any case, but we're going to get going this evening, and thankfully we actually sundown was about 5:20 something, 5:20 I think, 5:19 maybe. But we actually had the candles lit. Thank you very much. So that we can say the blessing together over them. And since sundown was a while ago, we generally don't kindle the lights after sundown, but we can do them before and then say the blessing when we're together. So if you don't mind, and you could drag up whoever you want to drag up with you, doing that again, because you did the honors for us earlier to make sure they were lit. And if you all will just do that. And if you don't mind to kindly stand, that's how we generally do our kindling of the lights that welcome in the Sabbath. So we are on page 4, if you'd like to follow with the blessing. And you'll see the custom of waving the three times to bring that spirit of Shabbat to us. We generally cover our eyes then. And when we open our eyes after and we take our hands away, the spirit of Shabbat has suddenly occurred. We have transformed ourselves from the rest of the work week to the Shabbat, to our Sabbath. So on page 4, you'll find the blessing. You got it. Take your time. Bottom of 4 on the left. Shabbat. Amen. Shabbat shalom. Wonderful. Thanks for the help, guys. We appreciate it. You are welcome to be seated. We turn over to page 5 with another familiar way that we welcome in Shabbat, which is the hymn of Shalom Aleichem.
talking about the ministering angels coming into our midst, bringing in that Shabbat spirit. So we join together the bottom half of page 5, and if you're not familiar with the Siddur, with our prayer book, it should be right in front of you, but if you're not familiar with it, there is transliteration in the red on the left side of the page, along with translation into the English. Lots of commentaries on the sides, on both sides, and some special readings on the left side, commentaries on the right side, Hebrew text right in the middle on the right side. So, of course, our book's open left to right, as opposed to right to left as a normal book, since Hebrew is left to right. You know that very well, do you not, Ethan? Right, exactly. Right to left and left to right. Right to left and left to right. Yes. Page 5. Shalom Aleichem, Malachei HaShared, Malachei Elyon. Mihi Melech, Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Boachem l'shalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei Elyon. Mihi Melech, Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Baruch Hu ni l'shalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei Elyon. Mihi Melech, Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Tzedchem l'shalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei Elyon. Mihi Melech, Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. We turn over to page 11. There you'll find the formal beginning of Kabbalat Shabbat, a series of hymns and series of psalms that, again, get us into the mood of Shabbat. Page 11. Lechu neranina, lechu neranina, lechu neranina l'Adonai. Lechu neranina, lechu neranina, lechu neranina l'Adonai. Naria, naria, l'tzur yishenu, nekadma fanav b'todah. Naria, naria, l'tzur yishenu, bizmirot naria lo. Lechu neranina, lechu neranina, lechu neranina l'Adonai. Lechu neranina, lechu neranina, lechu neranina l'Adonai. Page 14, by the arrow, you'll find the very end of the 96th Psalm, Psalm 96. We join together, Yismechu Hashamayim, the heavens and the earth are glad and rejoicing. They take a break of creation as well on Shabbat. And as we celebrate Ethan's bar mitzvah, we sing these words with a sense of joy and happiness. So page 14. Yismechu Hashamayim, Yismechu Hashamayim, Yismechu Hashamayim, V'tagel haaretz. Yihiram hayam, Yihiram hayam, Yihiram hayam, umelo. Yihiram hayam, Yihiram hayam, Yihiram hayam, umelo. Yismechu hashamayim, Yismechu hashamayim, hashamayim, Yismechu hashamayim, v'tagel haaretz. One more time, ready? Yihiram hayam, Yihiram Hayam, Yihiram Hayam, Umelo, Yihiram Hayam, Yihiram Hayam, Yihiram Hayam, Umelo. If you'll kindly turn over to page 17, there you will find, again, part of the series of Psalms. This is Psalm 98. We'll read together in the English on the left side of the page at the top, and it continues over onto the next page as well. Let's read the psalm together, top of 17. A psalm. Sing to Adonai a new song, for Adonai has wrought wonders. God's right hand and holy arm have brought deliverance. Adonai declared deliverance as nations looked on. God's righteousness was revealed. God dealt faithfully and kindly with the house of Israel. The very ends of the earth saw our God's saving power. Call out to Adonai, all the earth. Break out in joyful singing. Sing to Adonai to the music of the lyre. Lyre and voices making music together. With horns and shofar cries. Trumpet the presence of the sovereign Adonai. Let the sea and all that is in it roar. The earth and all who inhabit it thunder. Let rivers clap hands while mountains sing in harmony. Greeting Adonai who comes to judge the earth, judging the world with justice and the nations with truth. Lifnei Adonai kiva kiva lishpot haaretz yishpot tevel b'tzedek v'yamim imei sharim. We turn over to page 20 by the arrow as we join together. This is the end of the 99th Psalm. Again, these Psalms are here to kind of get us into the Shabbat joy, the Shabbat mood, and you'll find it in the transliteration on the left, the Hebrew on the right. Romimu, we lift our spirits towards God. Romimu Adonai Eloheinu v'hishtachavu lehar kodsho. Romimu Adonai Eloheinu v'hishtachavu lehar kodsho. Ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu romimu. Ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu romimu. Romimu Adonai Eloheinu v'hishtachavu lehar kodsho. Romimu Adonai Eloheinu v'hishtachavu lehar kodsho. Page 21, you'll find the 29th Psalm. We rise as we join together. Page 21. Mizmor leDavid, havu l'Adonai b'nei Elim, havu l'Adonai kavod va'oz, havu l'Adonai kevod shemo, ishtachavu l'Adonai behadrat kodesh, kol Adonai al hamayim, el hakavod hirim, Adonai al mayim rabim, kol Adonai b'koach, kol Adonai behadar, kol Adonai shover arazim, vayishaber Adonai et arzei halavanon, vayarkidem kemo egel levanon v'siryon kemo ven re'emim. Kol Adonai chotzef lavotesh, kol Adonai yachil midbar, yachil Adonai midbar kadesh, kol Adonai yechol el ayalot, ויחשוף יערות ובהיכלו כולו אומר כבוד. אדוני למלבו ישב, וישב אדוני מלך לעולם. אדוני עוז לעמו ייתן, אדוני יברך את עמו בשלום. You are welcome to be seated. Page 23 and following, you'll find Lecha Dodi, our hymn that welcomes in Shabbat as a bride or a queen into our midst. We have the custom of doing the first two verses on 23, the middle verse on 24, and the last two verses on 25. And when we get to the last two verses, or that last verse rather, I'll give you the sign. We traditionally stand up and face the door, just as the mystics did and do. The Jewish mystics, especially in Tzfat, they would get up, they would literally walk out to the fields and welcome in the Sabbath as the sun was going down. So we do that today as we face the door, and our custom here is the door will get magically opened and in will walk the Shabbat bride, at least spiritually speaking. So page 23, first two, middle on 24, last two on 25. Lecha dodi likrat kala pnei Shabbat nikabela. Lecha dodi likrat kala pnei Shabbat nikabela. Shamor v'zachor b'dibur echad. Hishmi'anu el hamyuchad Adonai echad u'shemo echad l'shem u'tiferet v'litila. Lecha dodi likrat kala pnei Shabbat nikabela. Lecha dodi likrat kala pnei Shabbat nikabela. Likrat Shabbat lechu v'nelcha, ki mekor haveracha merosh mikedem nesucha, sof ma'aseh b'machshavat chila. Lecha dodi likrat kala pnei Shabbat nikabela. Lecha dodi likrat kala pnei Shabbat nikabela. Middle of 24. Hitoreri kiva orech kumi ori uri shir daberi kevod Adonai alayich nigla. Lecha dodi likrat kala pnei Shabbat nikabela. Lecha dodi likrat kala pnei Shabbat nikabela. Middle of 25. Yaminu semo tifrotzi v'et Adonai taritzi al yarish ben partzi v'nismecha v'nagila. Lecha dodi likrat kala pnei Shabbat nikabela. Lecha dodi likrat kala. We rise pnei Shabbat nikabela. We face the door. B'hoi v'shalom ateret bala gam b'simcha u'b'tzahala. Toch emunei am segula, b'wichala. Lecha dodi likrat kala Lecha dodi likrat kala, penei Shabbat nikabela. You are welcome to be seated. Page 27, you'll find the psalm for Shabbat. Each day of the week in the Jewish calendar has a psalm associated with it. This is the special psalm for Shabbat, Psalm 92. We read together in the English on the left side of the page, responsively, this psalm. A psalm, the song of the day of Shabbat. It is good to thank you, Adonai, and sing to your name most high, to proclaim your love at daybreak, your faithfulness each night. Finger the lute, pluck the harp, let the sound of the lyre rise up. You gladdened me with your deeds, Adonai, and I shall sing of your handiwork. How wonderful are your works, Adonai, how subtle your designs. The arrogant do not understand, the fool does not comprehend this. The wicked flourish like grass, and every evildoer blossoms, only to be destroyed forever. But you, Adonai, are exalted for all time. On 28 at the top, surely your enemies, Adonai, surely your enemies will perish. All who commit evil will be scattered. As a wild bull raises up its horn, you raised my head high, anointed it with fresh oil. As my enemies gather against me, my gaze remains steady, for my ears listen and hear. The righteous shall flourish like the date palm and thrive like the cedar in Lebanon. Planted in the house of Adonai, they flourish in our God's courtyards. In old age, they remain fruitful, still fresh and bountiful, proclaiming, Adonai is upright, my rock in whom there is no flaw. By the arrow on page 28, and at the bottom of 28, we join together. Sadikatamar yifrach keherez balevanon yizkeh shitzulim bevet Adonai bechatzrot Eloheinu Yafrichu od yenuhavun beseva deshenim berananim yihu lehagid ki ashar Adonai Tzuri, tzuri, velo avlatavo. On page 30, you will find Kaddish Tome, the Mourner's Kaddish. All those reciting Mourner's Kaddish are welcome to rise and join with me. And as we've talked about a few weeks ago, our congregation, we've designated this Mourner's Kaddish in our weekly prayer as one where we pause to remember those who lost their lives in the terrorist attacks in Israel. So page 30, you'll find Kaddish Tome. All those reciting are welcome to rise and join with me. Yit gadal v'yit kadash shemei rabbah, b'alma divra chirute v'yamlich malchute, b'chayechon uvyomechon uvchaye dechol beit Yisrael, ba'agala uvizman kariv v'imru amen. Yehi Shmei Rabbah Mevarach Leolam Melomei Omaya Yitbarach V'yishtabach V'yipa'ar V'yitromam V'yitnaseh V'yitadar V'yitaleh V'yithalal Shemei Dekudesha B'richu Le'ela Min Kol Birchata V'shirata Tushbechata V'nechemata Da'amiran B'alma V'imru Amen. Yehi Shlama Rabba Min Shemaya, V'chayim Aleinu, V'al Kol Yisrael V'imru, Amen. Oseh Shalom V'romav, Hu Ya'aseh Shalom, Aleinu, V'al Kol Yisrael V'imru, Amen. You are welcome to be seated. So we take just a minute to think about the Torah reading for this week, which is a very interesting and very busy Torah reading with lots going on. And it is that because this Shabbat we are studying the continuing story of our patriarch Jacob. So you might remember that there's this famous story, right, of Jacob who tricked his father and received the firstborn blessing that was meant for his brother, Esau, his twin brother, but his twin was the older of the two. As such, Jacob was forced to run away from his home in order to evade Esau's anger. And it has now been about 20 years. What's happened in this 20 years? Well, Jacob has acquired a lot of wealth. He's married 2 women. He has 2 other concubines. And he's had a lot of kids with him now. Very different than when he fled as a young man, fleeing the wrath, the anger of his brother. So he now returns, and perhaps he's wondering, of course, what's going to happen when he meets up with his brother again. He doesn't know if Esau has forgiven him or not through these years. Has Esau's anger softened or not? We don't know. Does he still wish to kill his brother? So Jacob approaches the border. And the scouts, he sends scouts out, right? So he says, here I am, and all of you who are military, some of you are, right? You know there's strategy involved with however you engage with whom you might think there is an enemy involved, right, in particular. So he's not sure what's going on. So he sends out some scouts ahead of himself and his family, and to come and return to report what's Esau doing. And here it is, Esau's approaching, and guess what? There are 400 men with him. So what would you think? Well, Jacob says, you know what, I better do something. I don't know what the status of these 400 men. It looks like a force to be reckoned with, and I don't know how Esau's feeling. So what does he do? He divides his family, and he divides his possessions into 2 camps. Why? Well, one camp gets attacked, at least the other camp can help out or can at least escape, right? And so at least part of his family would be spared. He then sends everyone ahead, and he remains alone as the family crosses the river and enters what is known as the Promised Land. So what happens during this time alone? If we look at the text, it's very interesting. We're told that he struggles with a mysterious man, and which is understood by tradition, by the way, to either be an angel or even perhaps Jacob's own self. That's what's happening, right? He's having this struggle. We're not sure if it's a figurative one or a literal one. But it sounds like it could be either or both. So the rabbis of the Talmud were bothered by the fact, is there anything bothersome about this? Well, he stays back and he sends everybody ahead of him, right? Yeah, David's like, yeah, well, that doesn't sound so great, right? You all go ahead, and you're a military guy. Hey, you guys go. I'm just going to sit back here, right? He sends them, and that bothers the rabbis. They're like, that doesn't make sense. Why would he remain behind? Why did he send his family ahead? Why didn't he go with them, at least 1 or 2 of the camps that he split them into? And the rabbis answer with a very creative midrash, a commentary, which is cited by the great Rashi, who is our medieval commentator par excellence. He's the guy we look to when we want to try to understand the simple meaning of the text. And Rashi teaches that Jacob initially did go forward with his family, right? But then he went back. And of course, the Midrash, the commentary, asks, why would he go forward and then come back? What's causing him to do that? And the Midrash cites the description, or this is what the commentary suggests, Shahach pakim kitanim v'chazar alehem. He had forgotten, wait for this one, ready? Some small jars, and he returned for them. Now, what's so important about a bunch of small jars that you have to send your family ahead and you're going to stay back behind, right? That you had to make this dynamic, especially if it's a time of perceived danger. Well, some commentators tell us that it was a matter of weakness. That Jacob, in this 20 years of being away, had acquired so much wealth, he was traveling with so much with him, right? But he placed a great priority on his possessions. And he realized this stuff was left behind, I gotta go get it. It's kind of like, oops, I dropped some change and you're gonna spend 15 minutes looking for the penny that you happen to leave, right? Where is it? Oh, there, no, I can't find it. Where's the penny, right? It doesn't make a lot of sense. But he couldn't bear to leave anything behind, teaches one commentary, one rabbi. And the Talmudic sages, some of them ask us, though not to take that so literally. Don't think about it as us leaving I got to go back for it, leaving the penny, and I'm in a rush, and it's dangerous. Not even in a rush. There's danger. Why would I run back if there's danger, right? keeping in mind that every Hebrew letter has a specific numerical value, right? We assign numerical values to each Hebrew letter. The sages point out that the value of the letters in the Hebrew words, pakim ketanim, the words that describe small jars, right? Wait for this one, this is fun. It equals the value of the word Satan. No, not Satan, right? Satan in Hebrew. The one who tempts us to go astray. That's what Satan is. Since the two add up to the same number, according to the rabbis, this is fun number games, the two can be substituted for one another. That's one of the principles of commentaries. If you have one here and have one here, you can put them in for each other if they have equal value. So according to this interpretation, and again, keep in mind in Jewish tradition, the word Satan doesn't necessarily imply evil. It actually represents something that distracts us from our intended path. So anything that's Satan is something that takes our focus away from where we need to be, right? Jacob found himself distracted, in this case, by the little things that were left, right? Satan in action, if you will, right? The little things that were left distracted him from what he really needed to be doing. And just as we all tend to be pulled away from the broader picture when we focus only on the smaller details, so too Jacob found himself pulled away from the larger issue of being with and protecting his family. It's an interesting way the rabbis like to look at things, and one of the principles of commentary is you can do these fun little word games, and it all works out. But going back to the principle for a second, how can it be that these small jars could take away from what is truly important? Well, think about it, and I'm going to look at Heather because I think she knows it can happen all the time. And Bonnie, you just walked in, and I think you all actually, both of you, this whole row understands it, right? Because as you prepare for your special weekend, as you all prepared, right, you know that there are a lot of details to figure out. Food, menu, clothes, kippot. No, not at all, right? Did we get the names right of all those who are participating? We looked at our list. We're doing that too here at the synagogue. Did we get everybody's name spelled properly on our thing? Did we make sure the announcement went out the way it's supposed to be? And of course, don't forget the things Ethan, right, had to learn, like what were you working on all the last number of months, right? Prayers, the prayers that you're helping out with. Did I get my Devar Torah finished so we can teach tomorrow, right? When you get up and share your words tomorrow, which verses of the Haftarah do I need to work on? The list goes on. There's no doubt that the minutiae, those small details are important. Those details are vital to what we're doing. But the key that the Midrash teaches us is we can't allow ourselves to just focus upon picking up those small jars without acknowledging the fuller vision before us. So we know a bar mitzvah is much more, or a bat mitzvah, or any special occasion. It's much more than invitations, menus, clothing. Think about a wedding. It's got to be much more than just what my wedding dress looks like and what the menu is once we get to the reception, right? Ethan knows, I know, as do all of you here, right? Knows that this special Shabbat is much more, I hate to tell you, it is, about presents. It's much more than just the presents or the thank you notes, by the way. You got to write thank you notes for the presents. I hate to tell you that, right? Or even the individual prayers that you're learning and learning to lead. So those are merely those small jars. And if we just focus on those alone, we lose perspective. So celebrating life and Jewish responsibility, the concept of mitzvah, of family and community, really is what makes up the bigger picture. So as we celebrate this special Shabbat together, and we celebrate with Ethan and his family, and again, I know Amanda's back there with Sam, who was a bar mitzvah back in the spring, and Nate, who's coming up next fall in a year or so, and yeah, I know you too, I gotcha, this group over here, and now Ethan joins our ranks, certainly, right? As we do that, keep in mind the story of Jacob and the midrash of these small jars, because as we prepare go through these moments in life, we have to remember to keep our perspective a little wider than just the narrow way we might want to. And as we're going to begin a special holiday this next week, any holiday coming up? Oh, yeah, Hanukkah, right. Yes, you're right. It is in a week, right? So as we get to Hanukkah, consider the midrash of the jars, right? Because it's associated with that legend of that small jar of oil, as important as it was, but we're to be reminded not to be distracted by that small jar of oil alone. Don't lose the overall meaning and vision of the holiday as well. It is about who we are and about where we need to be in life. So keep that message as you hear about the story of Jacob tonight, tomorrow, as we move through the holiday of Hanukkah with its theme of light. Think about the light that it brings to the world. Think about those small details being a part of that larger picture that we need to train ourselves not to lose focus upon. And with that, I say Shabbat Shalom. So I'd like to get some help up here, if you don't mind, and I'd like to invite up anyone who will become a bar mitzvah, like, say, tomorrow morning. Wow, Ethan, that's you, big guy. If you'll come on up. Anyone who would like to help out, who's used to Friday night helping out, if you all would like to come up. Yeah, we're going to go up on the bima, actually, for this one, so I'm going to move this out of the way. Come on up. Logan, anyone who'll become a bar mitzvah in just a couple of years. It's not too long for you, Logan. Come on up. Reese can come up if she wants, and if she's running around. Jacob, you want to come up? Sam, you want to come up?
Look, I made her.
Nate, Navi, if you want to come up? Yeah, very nice. All right, let's face the Aron HaKodesh. We're going to do our call to worship on page 39A. Our kids are used to doing this on Sunday morning. And don't open the ark, but just face it. They're used to doing this on Sunday mornings as we welcome in the evening. This is the prayer that welcomes in the evening. I'll ask if you're able to rise as we all join together, page 39A. Baruch Hu et Adonai HaMevorach. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach, HaMevorach le'olam va'ed. HaMevorach, HaMevorach le'olam va'ed. Yai-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Yai-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Yai-da-da-da-da-da-da. Yai-da-da-da-da-da-da. Yai-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Yai-da-da-da-da-da. Yai-da-da-da-da-da. Yai-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. You may be seated. All of you on the bima, thank you. You all can sit down until we do Aleinu in a little bit, but I need Ethan. You can stay up. Come here. Come join me down here. We'll stay down here. We join together on page 39A as we join in the English on the left side of the page, our first blessing for the evening of creation. Again, bottom of the page. Baruch atah Adonai, our God, sovereign of time and space, whose word brings the evening dusk, whose wisdom opens the gates of dawn, whose understanding changes the day's division, whose will sets the succession of seasons and arranges the stars in their places in the sky, who creates day and night, who rolls light before darkness and darkness from light, who makes day pass into night, who distinguishes day from night. Adonai Tzevaot is your name, living and ever-present God. May your rule be with us forever and ever. Baruch atah Adonai, who brings each evening's dusk. Amen. We turn over to page 40 as we join together. Ahavat olam, Beit Yisrael, Amcha Ahavta. Torah u'mitzvot, chukim u'mishpatim, otanu limadeta. Al kein Adonai Eloheinu, v'shachveinu uv'kumeinu, nasiach b'chukecha, v'nismach b'divrei Toratecha, uv'mitzvotecha, le'olam va'ed. Ki heim chayenu ve'orech yameinu ve'orech yameinu uvahem nege yomam v'layla yomam v'layla v'ahavat chal tasir mimenu le'olamim baruch atah Adonai ohev amo Yisrael. Page 41. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol levacha u'b'chol nafshecha u'b'chol me'odecha v'hayu advarim ha'ele asher anochi mitzvavecham hayom al levavecha v'shinamtam levanecha v'dibarta bam v'shriftecha v'beitecha uv'leftecha v'derech uv'shochbecha uv'kumecha uv'shartam le'ot ha'yadecha v'hayu metotavot bein einecha uv'tavtam al mezuzot beitecha uv'yisharecha. We join together in the English on page 41 on the left. You shall love Adonai your God with all your heart, with all your soul, and with all that is yours. These words that I command you this day shall be taken to heart. Teach them again and again to your children, speaking them when you sit in your home, when you walk your way, when you lie down, and when you rise up. Bind them as a sign upon your hand, as a symbol above your eyes. Inscribe them upon the doorposts of your home and on your gates. We continue over on page 44 towards the top. Umalchuto b'ratzon leading up to Micha Mocha. Umalchuto b'ratzon kiblu aleihem Moshe Miriam uvnei Yisrael lechanu shira b'simcha rabba v'yamru chulam Micha Mocha ba'elim Adonai Micha Mocha nedar ba'kodesh Nohora tehilot osefele Malchutecha ra'uvanecha Bokei ayam lifnei Moshe ze'elianu v'yamru Adonai imloch le'olam va'ed v'ne'emar kifad Adonai et Yaakov ugelo mi'ad chazak mimenu baruch atah Adonai Gal Yisrael. On page 45, you will find Hashkivenu, our prayer that asks for a sense of shalom, for a sense of peace as we end our day and as we prepare to go to bed at night and hopefully rise to a brighter day tomorrow. Page 45, we read in the English on the left side of the page together with Ethan. Allow us, Adonai, our God, to sleep peacefully.
Awaken us to life, O Sovereign. Spread us over your canopy of peace. Restore us your good counsel, and save us from the sake of your name. Shield us. Remove us enemies, pestilence, sword, starvation, and sorrow. Remove the evil forces that surround us. Shelter us in the shadow of your wings. And you, God, watch over us and deliver us. And you, God, are sovereign, merciful, and compassionate.
ensure our going and coming from life and peace, now and forever. May you spread over us your canopy of peace. Baruch atah Adonai, who spreads the canopy of peace over us, all the people of Israel, and over Jerusalem.
Ushmor tzeitenu uvoenu l'chaim u'shalom yatav yad olam ufros aleinu sukat shlomecha. Baruch atah Adonai, haporei sukat shalom aleinu v'yakol amo Yisrael v'yal Yerushalayim. On page 46, you'll find the paragraph coming from the book of Exodus, Vishamru, that reminds us of our connection, our covenant with God we share through the observance of Shabbat as a sign of that covenant. We rise as Ethan leads us in the singing of Vishamru on page 46.
Vishamru v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat La'asot et ha-Shabbat ledoratam berit olam Vishamru v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat La'asot et ha-Shabbat ledoratam berit olam V'heini uvein b'nei Yisrael otit le'olam Oti le'olam, oti le'olam, Vishamru v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, la'asot et ha-Shabbat, ledoratam berit olam. Ki sheshet yamim asa Adonai, et ha-shamayim ve'et ha'aretz Vishamru v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat la'asot et ha-Shabbat ledoratam berit olam Uvayom hashvi Shabbat vayinafash Shabbat vayinafash Shabbat vayinafash Vishamru v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat la'asot et ha-Shabbat ledoratam berit olam. We remain standing for Chatzi Kaddish, page 46. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah V'yalma divrach irute v'yamlich malchute v'chayechon u'v'yomechon u'v'chaye dechol beit Yisrael bagala u'v'zman kariv v'yimeru amen Yehei shmei Rabbah mevorach Le'olam olam me'omaya yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shemei dekudisha berichu le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata Tushbechata v'nechemata damiran b'alma v'meru amen. You'll find the silent Amidah this evening, beginning on page 47, continuing through page 52. You're welcome to add your own personal thoughts and meditations to the words on the page. When you're through, you're welcome to be seated. Again, page 47 and following.
The final prayer of the Amidah is always one that speaks of shalom, speaks of peace, of bringing the disparate pieces of the world together in one whole. That's certainly our mission in life, is to have a sense of inner peace for ourselves, our families, our community, congregation, and certainly the world. So we join with Ethan as he leads us in the singing of Oseh Shalom, the last two lines on page 52.
Shalom Imrama, Uyase Shalom Aleinu, Be'al Kol Yisrael, Ve'imru, Imru, Amen. Yase Shalom, Yase Shalom, Shalom Aleinu, Yal Kol Yisrael, Yase Shalom, Yase Shalom, Shalom Aleinu, V'Yakol Yisrael. Yase Shalom, Yase Shalom, Shalom Aleinu, V'Yakol Yisrael. Yase Shalom, Yase Shalom, Shalom Aleinu, V'Yakol Yisrael. Yase Shalom, Yase Shalom, Shalom Aleinu, V'Yal Kol Yisrael, V'imru, Amen.
We continue with Kaddish Shalem on page 54. Yitkanal v'yitkarash shemei Rabba, Amen. B'alma divra chirute v'yamlich malchute b'chayechonu v'mechonu v'chayerecho b'Yisrael ba'agala v'zman kari v'imeru, Amen. Yehi shmei Rabba mevarach le'olam olam me'olmaya yitbarach. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shemei dekudisha B'richu le'elam min kol berchata v'shirata tishbechata v'nechamata da'amiran b'yalma v'imeru. Amen. Titkapal tzolotonu v'uton dechol Yisrael kol dama v'honi v'shemaya v'imeru. Amen. Yehi shlama rabba min shemaya v'chayim aleinu v'yal kol Yisrael v'imeru. Amen. Oseh shalom imromam, uyaseh shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael ve'imru, imru, amen. Yaseh shalom, Yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh shalom, Yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael ve'imru, amen. Yep. I mentioned earlier about adding your own personal thoughts and words to the page. As I often point out, one of the ways we do that here on Friday nights is we add our own personal prayers for healing, which you will find on the far left side of the page in the small print on page 173, our Debbie Friedman prayer for healing. And I have a list of those who are in need of healing that we have here we have been reciting regularly. If you have a name you'd like to add at the end of the list, just either raise your hand or stand up, and you could certainly say that name to add to our list before we sing the prayer. So again, page 173 on the far left. And as we prepare to recite our prayer for healing, we keep in our thoughts Hanan Yehuda ben Bluma Rivka, Daniel Eliezer ben Svi, Shulamit bat Gittel, Zachariah ben Ephraim Vasara, Evan Kutcher, Dan Siegel, Danielle Rice, Gittel Glasser, Ari Sanders, Ariella Alfieri, Peyton Matthews, Bill Bucks, Samuel Shurden, Estelle Lurie, Lynn Alexander, Marjorie Morstein, Linda Cutler, Kat Caraway, Diane Hickey, Barbara Feingold, Remy Valcourt, Harriet Siegel, Lori Kahan Simon, Barbara Rabhan, Bob Bugos, Nadine Hyman, Zach Landis, Mike Kadetich, Linda Holtzman, Ed Tansky, Irene Friedman, Joel Lowenstern, Gary Kramer, Arthur Stone, Natalie Kogan, Diana Saltzman, Victor Alfieri, Michael Abrams, Francis Haber, Michael Hawkins, Michelle Stupak, Maggie Jalbert, Caitlin Weathers, Alex Schwartz, Danielle Santini, and Becky Smith, and to any names we add right now at this moment.
John Cox.
What else? We keep all of them in our thoughts again, 173 on the left as we join together. Misheberach avotenu mekor habaracha leimotenu. May the source of strength who bless the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen. Misheberach imotenu Mekor habaracha lavotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen. Refuah shlema to all in need. We turn back in our Siddur to page 56. There you will find Aleinu, those who would like to come back up or come up as you did before or as you did not before but want to come up now, you are welcome to. Ethan, you have no option. Come on up. Page 56. And if you're nice friends, you'll join Ethan, who has no option. Liliana, right? Come on. Come on, Sam, come on up. Anyone else who'd like to? Page 56. Good. Come on, Reese. We need you. If Reese and Logan, where are you? Logan, Reese, if you'll get some practice in for tomorrow, will you please open up the Aron HaKodesh for us? And as we do, we rise. Reese and Logan face the ark, and if you can help her and Logan find the parochet there. I'm doing it in Hebrew in my brain. We rise and we join together. Pull it quick, somebody. This is what you're going to do tomorrow. Pull. There you go. All right, you guys are in charge of closing it in a minute. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Aleinu leshabeach la'adon hakol la'tet gedula liotzer breshit shelo asanu kegoyei haratzot Velo samanu kemishpechot adama shelo sam chelkenu kahem v'gohoralenu kechol hamonam v'anachnu korim umishtachavim umodim lifnei melech malchei hamlachim hakadosh baruch hu Shehu noteh shamayim ve'yoser haaretz u'moshav yikara b'shamayim imav u'shchinatu zo begavhei meromim u'Eloheinu einot emet malkeinu efes ulato kakatuv b'torato V'yadat hayom v'hashevota elevavecha ki Adonai hu ha'Elohim b'shamayim imal v'yaretz mitachat einod
Kakatu b'toratecha, Adonai imloch le'olam va'ed.
Emar v'haya Adonai lemelech al kol haaretz vayom hahu yeh Adonai echad ushemo echad Ushemo echad. You'll close the doors. And go at the very end of the service. Gently, 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 gently. There you go. You may be seated. Thank you very much. Help with Bim Bom in a minute. As we turn to page 58, there you will find Kadisha Tome, our mourner's Kaddish. And we find our list as we recite mourner's Kaddish today. We keep in our thoughts those whose yortzites occur today and in the week that is coming. Harry Keene, Gertrude Miller, Aaron Friedman, Alan Glasser, Samuel Guzik, Morris Kaufman, Beatrice Rothman, Morris Turner, Annie Karolitz, Jill Campbell, Minnie Romanoff, Evelyn Stahl, Solomon Zaglin, Max Chernoff, Samuel Hirsch, William Ehrlich, Samuel Goldberg, James Hall, Rachel Turner, Marion Zaglin, Alma Levy, and William Lieberman. All those reciting Kadisha Tome, the Mourner's Kaddish, again, you'll find it on page 58. Welcome to rise and join with me. Yit Kadal v'yit Kadash Shemei Rabbah v'alma divrach irute v'yamlich malchute v'chayechon uvyomechon uvchaye dechol Beit Yisrael ba'agala uvizman kariv v'imru amen. Yehi Shemei Rabbah mevarach le'olam v'lomei olmaya Yit barach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh V'yitadar, v'yitaleh, v'yithalal, shemei dekudisha b'richu, la'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechemata, da'amiran b'yalma v'imru, amen. Yehi shlama rabba min shemaya, v'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru, amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav, hu ya'aseh shalom, Aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru. Amen. You are welcome to be seated. Dr. Zander has a few announcements for us as my Bima buddy takes the Bima. You want to go up there or you want to borrow this one? Okay, either way. Keeps getting caught on my sweater. That's why I'm not taking it off all the time. It should be on. Is it not on? May not be on. Nope. Flip the little line. Flip the little switch on the top there. That's it. Yep. Up towards you. You got it. We'll hear you.
Can you all hear me? Okay. Good Shabbos, everyone. And special welcome to Ethan's family and friends who are here to help him celebrate his bar mitzvah. The celebration will continue tomorrow morning with services beginning at 9:30 instead of 10 o'clock, so 9:30. Otherwise, there's a whole lot going on over the next few weeks, so if you all will promise to look at the bulletin and the newsletters, I'll give you the Cliff Notes version of the announcements. Let's see. This coming Wednesday, Barry would kill me if I didn't mention this, but this coming Wednesday, don't forget the senior luncheon, Age to Perfection. This is the first one for this season, and there'll be a Hanukkah theme. There'll be a latke and salad bar luncheon, and a lot of other things going on. 11:30. next Thursday. Well, I haven't gotten there yet. Next Thursday, the Social Action Committee is hosting a community menorah lighting at Hampton Station. There's no time on here. 5:30? Okay. And then next Saturday, there's going to be a Havdalah and Hanukkah party here, beginning at 6:30. And don't forget to volunteer for gift wrapping. Right? You want to?
Okay, I'm going to say this because the bulletin came out today and the button you push to sign up sheet is not working. So don't give up, okay? Please. And my phone number's there and Erica's number's there, so you can always call us. But just wait until next week and it'll be working, I promise. But please, please, please volunteer. Bring your friends. You don't have to just come by yourself. They don't have to be a member. Just bring your friends. We need lots of help.
Okay. So again, please consult the newsletter and the bulletin for all the details. Again, there's just a lot of other things going on. Anniversaries today, Marshall and Sharon Burbrager. Happy anniversary. Birthdays this week, Susan Kramer's, which is today. Mindy. Oh, Mindy Younger. Yeah, Mindy Younger. I just saw Mindy. You're right. Mindy Younger, Faye Moore, Bruce Cohen, Stanley Blumberg, and Beth Sabell. Anything? Oh, please join us and join the Gages and their family and friends in the Davis Social Hall for the Oneg following services tonight. Thank you. Shabbat Shalom.
Going through all of the details. So we will leave that for you to look at in a bulletin. We'll mention some details tomorrow. There is Journey into Judaism this Sunday at 9:45. Don't forget that. And again, Hanukkah coming up. There's lots going on. So pay attention to community-wide things that are happening. With that, we're going to conclude, and then we'll go into the back for Kiddush and a little motzi and some nosh. There's some yummy treats back there to enjoy. And Ethan will need your help for the Kiddush in the back. So if you all will, in just a moment, mosey on back there. We'll do our Kiddush together and enjoy some challah and some yummy treats. So with that, we're going to, don't forget to tomorrow, 9:30 in the morning, not 10, 9:30 we'll start. And that way we will be eating lunch at a reasonable time tomorrow and still have plenty of time to enjoy with Ethan and enjoy our Shabbat worship together. So we will end with a really hard song that you may or may not know. It has 5 words. It goes like this. The first word is bim. The second word is bomb. The third word is Shabbat. See, it's a good thing I'm teaching it. The fourth word is shalom. Good, we got with it. And the last word is really hard. Hey, ready? Bim bam, bim 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 bam. Bim 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 bam, bim bam bim bam, bim bam, bim 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 bam, bim 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 bam. Ready? Shabbat shalom, hey Shabbat shalom, hey Shabbat 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 shalom. Shabbat shalom, hey Shabbat shalom, hey Shabbat 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 shalom. Shabbat 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 shalom, Shabbat 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 shalom, Shabbat shalom, hey Shabbat shalom, hey Shabbat 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 shalom. Shabbat shalom to everyone, and thank you to Ethan for helping us out this evening. We will go into the back and do a little Kiddush and motzi together. Where's it going?
comes in short. Cliff Notes version.